Hey guys, this is Mr. Havens, the Argyle assassin himself, giving them all the shivers. And you're listening to DB, Primo, AJ here on the Sit Down Marks podcast, the best podcast for professional wrestling.
Hey, yo.
If I can be serious for a minute.
Oh, yeah. Acknowledge me.
What's going on, everybody out there in Sit Down Markland? Welcome, episode number 151 of the Sit Down Marks podcast. We are ready to go and say it ain't so, Cena. We got to talk about our boy John Cena today. He's turning heel. The crotch shot heard around the world, and you got three marks today. You got the editor and producer of the show, the OG, with me, Primo. How you doing, brother?
What is up, brothers? Welcome in episode 151. We made it. I'm not going to make too much of a big deal of it right now, but we just can't just let 150 go by just like that. When you had that interview with Sean Galway on here recently, but we made it to 150. Here we are at 151. That's the Hall of Fame podcast. Sit Down, Marks.
Thank you, sir. And also the most traveled and most recognized indie fan in the Midwest. His name is Dylan. What's going on, brother? Good to see you. Welcome back.
What's up, boys? It's Mania season. Are we hyped? Ready to talk some wrestling? Let's go.
Man, I'm telling you, I feel like there's so much going on right now in the world of wrestling, man. You know, with Cena going heel, that's super mainstream. We're going to talk about it because, this is one of those things where, people are going to talk about, where they were when Cena went heel, when all this, went down and when all this happened. So, it's a big deal, man. So wrestling's in the mainstream, they're talking about our sport right now, so I'm excited for that. So, yeah, man, exciting stuff, boys. I want to thank everybody watching on YouTube and Facebook and everybody listening right now on Apple, Spotify, Audible, and SportsWire Radio, all those podcast platforms out there. Thank you, everyone, checking us out. So let's jump in. Let's get right in, boys. It's time for the hot start, Primo. 5 topics in the world of pro wrestling. Let's go. Topic number 1, boys. The Hall of Fame is getting new members, as we've seen this week. Some new additions have been added. The natural disasters of Tugboat and Earthquake, and also, we already knew that Triple H and Michelle McCool was in, but the big name, the big one, boys, finally getting in Lex Luger. What's going on? How you guys got to be freaking happy about that one.
Absolutely pumped. Finally, man. Finally. Long overdue. So excited that Luger's going in. Natural disasters, I'm excited, but, there are other tag teams I'd like to see in there.
Sure.
Shout out Midnight Express. But, love Earthquake, love Tugboat. They need to do a Shockmaster entrance when they go in, but,
right.
We'll see.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Right. The Shockmaster is going to be in the WWE Hall of Fame. Like, I don't give a shit. It's still the Shockmaster, right?
Yep.
But, this is a big deal. You right, Primo?
Yeah, it is a pretty big deal. I mean, those other names you mentioned, but Lex Luger being inducted is huge. Pivotal moment in wrestling history. Him showing up on that Nitro. Then of course in WWF you had the Lex Express.
Yeah.
The whole tour around the US and on all that stuff. So it's cool that I was thinking about this a couple of seconds ago. It's cool that we're putting in people while they can still, get their flowers,
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, for sure, man. Lex was, he's a big part of my childhood, man. Like when I go back and look on it and think about it, so many matches that I watched him wrestle. I got to see him wrestle live a lot, man. Like the torture rack was like, it was a nasty finisher in those days. You know what I'm saying? And nobody else was doing it really.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? And, you had to have the physique. You had to have, everything to go along with it. And that was just a big deal, and it was like, once Luger got you up in that torture rack, man, it was over. You know what I mean? Like it was over. Like you'd be throwing people around like rag dolls. Like I love those clips that are popping up too, where it shows like dads in the crowd of the shows.
Yeah.
They got their kids in
Yeah.
the racks. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, it's fantastic stuff, man. But yeah, I do think long overdue. I mean, if you didn't know Luger and WCW, you knew the Lex Express, at some point. So
Right.
So that's, it's a big deal, man. He's a big part of wrestling, man. So good to see him, finally get in. So, all right, topic number 2, boys. WrestleMania is returning to New Orleans next year, April 11th and 12th. The site of Yeselmania was here, right? Isn't that where?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Daniel Bryan, got his, and I always think the logos for New Orleans always seem a little cooler to me for whatever
They
reason,
always do the same. Not the same, but they do a similar. Obviously, it's going to be centered around Mardi Gras theme.
right.
Yeah, cool. It seems like it's what third time in 10 years. It seems
Not
like
long. Yeah.
Yeah. Because 30 was there, so I guess 11 years. But only thing I have on this, because I mean, cool. That's fine. But whatever The Rock did there with his music to announce this was weird.
Right.
Don't ever do that again. But
That's a good point.
yeah. Other than that, cool. Yeah.
Yeah. I always like this logo, when with the purple and green and stuff. But good to see them going back there. It's always good. It seems like they always have some memorable places there, and place holds a ton of people. So, all right, boys. Topic number 3, as we were talking about wrestling content so much everywhere. You got this Evolve show on Tubi. I've been checking that out. We'll talk about that. You got this Stephanie McMahon show that's coming out on ESPN Plus.
Yeah.
You got this LFG show. Yeah.
I didn't get a yeah button.
Right. And then AEW just released all their past pay-per-views it's on Max now. So just about every platform has got some wrestling when you think about it. Peacock, Netflix, all these, are we getting in the mainstream more? Is just becoming more accessible for everybody, some sort of wrestling. I know some of this stuff is kind of rookie, stuff like that, or WWE ID stuff, that kind of stuff. But what do you guys think about like so much content that they're cranking out right now?
I love it. I've been watching LFG myself, and I enjoy that. I'm a guilty pleasure reality show person. So,
Sure.
Reality show with wrestling, combined, just that is ultimate for me. I've always liked Tough Enough. And then this LFG show is great too. It's pretty good. I've been wanting to watch Tubi or Evolve on Tubi, but I haven't got around to that yet. I did see some of the wrestlers that were on there where they showed up at LFG for one of the episodes. That was cool. Also on LFG, I told you this the other day. They mentioned Boogie Woogie Man.
Yeah,
Right on.
Yeah. Was Road Dogg mentioned him? Yeah.
Yeah.
The guy that got me into wrestling, man. Good old Jimmy Valiant, man. God bless him. So, but what do you think, Dylan? I mean, there's so much content stuff out there right now.
I'm never going to complain about there being too much wrestling, but I can't keep up with all of it. I haven't checked out the Evolve. I haven't checked out LFG. Right now, I'm struggling just to watch all the regular weekly stuff. It's basically another 40-hour job just to keep up on all the wrestling.
Sure.
And
it's fair.
Need a couple of good weekends at home to catch up on some stuff. The LFG show looks really good. I love Tough Enough, so I'd love to check this out. And the Evolve, from what I've just seen online, it looks like it's the NXT to NXT.
Yeah,
looks like a new developmental, so I'm excited to check it out.
It is.
Some of these WWE ID people are some people were familiar with. So I'm
Yeah.
excited to see them get a shot on a WWE show. Yeah,
Another thing
there's
too,
just a lot right now.
Something important for me to mention is WWE has me so locked in right now that because they're on fire so much that I am actually like last year this time I wasn't watching Raw and SmackDown live every week.
Yeah,
I was DVRing it and then watching it after the fact or whatever. Right as of right now, for the last probably since the year started, actually, I've watched Raw and SmackDown live every Monday and Friday.
Yeah. I try to get it on live, especially on Raw. You know what I mean? Friday nights are sometimes hard, but but yeah, I definitely, I'm wanting to see it live too.
I remember when I was a teenager and, back when like Raw was on Spike TV or whatever, and I was just like, nothing else right now. That was in Texas at the time. So Central Time was so 7:00 Central. I was like, nothing else can happen right now. I have to watch wrestling.
Right.
That's kind of how I'm getting back to. I'm like, nobody talk. Raw's on.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and and stuff's happening, man. I mean, we're on the way to Mania too. You know what I mean? So it's like every week is much watched. This past Raw Monday night was at MSG. Fucking MSG.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and it delivered, man, like big time. You know what I mean? So
huge.
Yeah, they're freaking hot, man. It just is so hot right now, man. And I don't know, man. Call me crazy, but I felt like, WWE is going to be a juggernaut anyway, but I felt like since they've inserted CM Punk, it's gone to another level, man. Like with rivalries, you know what I mean? And just, it's fantastic. All right, boys, let's get to topic number 4, the big one on everybody's mind, the topic, the crotch shot heard around the world. Let's talk about this because this needs its own separate entity to talk about. We can't just add this in with everything else. Like we're going to talk about Chamber shortly, and but we need to focus on this. But so at the end of Elimination Chamber, we thought that The Rock comes out to ask Cody for his soul, and Cody tells him to go fuck himself. So let's stop right there for a second, okay? Like WWE all of a sudden went adult on us. All of a sudden, like get off our WWE lawn, kids. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm glad my kids weren't watching that. I mean, they hear that word, but like, my son's in repeat mode right now. So,
yeah.
Yeah, but man, did that one catch me off guard when he dropped the F-bomb there. Yeah. Instant reactions to that is kind of like, oh shit. And then you think that's probably the biggest thing that's happening, right? Like
I'm like, so I'm not gonna lie to you. I was live texting my brother the whole night.
Right.
And I'm just the whole time I'm like, dude, this bastard better sell his soul to The Rock. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, if he wants me to find him a single sliver interest, then he better give his soul over to The Rock so that way and become Homelander. Yeah. And then he told him to go F himself, and I'm like, oh, I perked up a little bit, like, okay, hold on now.
Right.
The way he put the stank on that just now makes me a little interested. And then
he leaned on it.
Yeah, so I was just like, okay. It's like they paid for that one F-bomb. And The Rock was in the ring, so he can do what he wants.
Right.
Well, and it was Cody that said it, not The Rock. If it was The Rock, it would have hit, just not quite as hard. But this is our white meat American hero, super babyface. I was like, whoa, wait, what am I watching? Okay, let's go.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's crazy, man. And so
kind of reminds me, it's like kind of like a mini callback to whenever, like last year when Cody was battling the bloodline and The Rock goes, fuck your story.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so, and then, he turns around, and Cena's got his hand over his mouth, like, oh, then he goes and daps up, Cody, like, hell yeah, dog, like, fuck The Rock, like, and then, Cena, Cena makes this face, this, like, going to, that he's turning heel, and then he kicks, Cody in the crotch, right? Primo, tell me what you felt as soon as you seen that crotch shot.
Dude, when I was telling you earlier, I was texting my brother live. I couldn't type the words fast enough whenever I was like, once I realized, because I realized it was Cena when he went to dap him up. When he went to dap him up, I go, oh shit, it's Cena. And then like it was hitting me all at once, and I saw the look on his face, and then he, and then he turned back into happy for a second to, and then kicks him in the crotch. I was just like, oh, this is what we all wanted, but this is crazy. Like I put so many different scenarios through the week of what could have potentially happened right there.
Yeah. And
for some reason, that one never occurred to me.
No, because we thought it would never happen. We thought we'd never see it. That's what I think. I didn't never cross my mind.
But for me, it was shock and excitement. I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. The thought of it did occur to me, but I wasn't sitting here going like, "Oh, Cena's definitely turning." After, I don't know if we even talked about it on the podcast, but he cut a promo after the Rumble where he was like, it's best for business for me to go in the 17th until I'm just in the Elimination Chamber. I'm not qualifying. And it was kind of like, okay, that's kind of odd, but like we know Cena's schedule. So like, of course he's not going to be qualifying for the Chamber. And of course he's just going to be in it. And I just kind of moved on. And kind of like Primo said, it's like all these emotions hitting at once. It was like, whoa, what? And also like, okay, finally, here we go.
Yeah.
But, if he's actually retiring at the end of the year, I'd kind of wrote it off because I was like, they're not going to turn Cena, 10 months before he retires and try to get that whole story arc squeezed in.
Yeah.
But here we go. They're doing it, and I'm happy to see it.
Yeah. Yeah. We're all here for it. You know what I mean? So, look, they tried to tell us, man. They put out this graphic,
literally.
If you're watching right now on YouTube and Facebook, you can see it's Cena, it's Rock in the middle, it's Travis Scott, right? Like, it's nuts. You know what I mean? What a
the
teaser.
Damnedest thing about this is after the fact, it was like the next day. I'm still thinking about this. I thought about this for the whole. I'm still thinking about it, obviously,
right?
But
yeah,
I go to my wife, Mrs. Primo. I'm like, babe, did you hear? Because unfortunately she was away, but I went to her and I told her, babe, did you hear John Cena turned heel? He turned into a bad guy. She doesn't watch wrestling, but she goes, oh yeah, well, duh. Do you remember that press conference he did? Obviously. I'm like, shut. Like, come on.
Yeah, right. Yeah, like he told us, didn't he? Like inadvertently, but we refuse to believe that. Like,
right.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm sitting there going, oh my God, like this is crazy. You know what I mean? Like never did I, just didn't ever even consider thinking, okay, well, maybe he might go heel his last run or whatever. Like it just didn't even cross my mind or even seem in the cards. But, that's a swerve. Like, that I'm glad I didn't think about or, you know what I mean? So it made it more of a moment for me, so.
Yes. Speaking of it being a moment, I got two things on that. Number one, I do believe it's one of the biggest moments in wrestling history.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
I'm probably the biggest moment since Hogan turned.
Yes. Biggest heel turn, I think, since Hogan's.
Also, I don't know what their plan is with Travis Scott. And I don't know what their hard on is for this guy, but they should not have had him there for such a gigantic historic moment.
I agree.
But did they have him there to kind of swerve us? You know what I mean? To kind of pull our attention off of it,
Like, I don't even care the fact that he slapped the shit out of Cody, but that part, like, just now, because now every time I see this or think of this, he's there, and I'm just like...
Yeah.
Ruining my freaking wrestling orgasm in my head there.
Right.
Yeah.
So
to me, he was a big distraction because the whole time Cody and Cena and Rock are talking, he's in the corner doing
burning
whatever he was doing, burning sage or lighting a joint or whatever he was doing. Right. And I was like, why is he even here? What is going on? Like, can we just get this guy out here? Because I will admit, I am not cool. I do not really know who Travis Scott is other than he showed up on WWE a couple of times. Yeah. And I know I'm in the very, very minority on that.
No, I'm with you. I know the name. I couldn't tell you a single song.
Yeah,
Right.
I think he
Yeah,
had like
but
a
then-
McDonald's value meal one time or something. He had his own.
We all
value
sound
meal,
really
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
old and out of touch right now.
Yeah.
By the way,
I mean,
Very much. Very much.
yeah, I know who he is. I ain't never listened to a song. I think he is. Don't he date one of the Kardashians or something? Maybe
I
or
don't
something.
fucking
I don't
know.
Anyway,
No idea.
but he looked uncomfortable to me.
Yeah.
Like Karen, like he didn't know what to do. Like you know what I mean? Like obviously, like yeah. So maybe he's out there just
and since he
Swerve or
was
something.
there, and since they did tell, or since he was going to slap Cody, obviously that was in the cards for him. And I mean, Clay clearly told him to lay it in because he doesn't do this on the regular. He's not
Yeah.
going to be able to know how to throw a work slap or punch properly on a
Right.
pay-per-view in front of people. So they're probably just like, let's go ahead and slap him for real.
right.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Slap shit out of him.
Well,
Right.
even that was awkward because Cena's holding Cody down, and first Scott
Yeah.
starts to pick up his arm, and then he starts to pick up Cody, and Cena kind of just shoves him back down.
He had to take
It's like-
he had to take
Yeah.
control.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like, how do I do this? Is he going to stand up when I slap him, or do I hit him on the ground, or what?
Right.
And then apparently he just absolutely slapped him. But
Right.
he has a bunch of Twitter followers, so let's let him slap our main guy.
Sure.
Yeah,
Right.
Right. So Cena won the elimination. Here's the infamous face. Like this is terrible. Like they're using this as a graphic, like for real. Like look
For
at
now.
Cena here. Yeah, I mean, yeah,
For
for
now,
now.
yeah.
Like it's supposed to look like heel Cena, I know, but this is just everywhere and just looks ridiculous. Like it's just, it's funny to me though. But yeah, this is wild, man. It's kind of like something I never thought I'd see. You know what I mean? Like, Hogan when he turned caught me kind of off guard too a little. You know what I mean? But yeah, this is a big deal, man. It's mainstream. Your friends that might casually watch wrestling or not at all probably texted you like, "Wow, Cena's a bad guy now." Like, holy shit, you know what I mean?
I had, I couldn't get my point across enough. I was like, people were like, hey, is that, I saw that John Cena, he became a bad guy. Like, is that crazy? I was like, yes,
Yeah,
yes,
Yeah.
20 plus years as the baby face. He carried the company through the 2000s and 2000 teens. He freaking did all this stuff. He hasn't been a heel since like 03, 02, 03.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, it's a big deal.
Right.
It's gigantic.
yeah, it's huge, and so many more eyes are going to be on WrestleMania now.
Of course, I
So
brought up
many
the
more.
650 plus Make-A-Wishes too. I was like, he's done
Right.
that. He's a hero to the world.
Yeah, he's breaking wishes now. Yeah. A good transition, Primo, because you know who ultimately gets fucked in this whole thing? Them kids, man.
Fuck them kids.
Fuck them kids, man. Is initially
That's
what
right.
Cena said to everybody in the world is, you know what I mean? And I don't care about that, you know what I mean?
That's
So
right.
yeah.
Now
it's
he's
wild.
the leader of the Break-A-Wish Foundation.
Fuck them kids, what he said, man. He didn't care. But no, it was funny, man. And I noticed too, like, I think it's next Monday. They're in Belgium, I think, for
yeah.
Raw, and it's going to come on like during the day or something like that.
Yeah.
Yes, and they're selling,
That
just
maroon
like
gear.
going everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there's nothing heel about that, really.
It's
I mean,
his
it just
normal
kinda-
gear. I was just about to ask
Yeah.
about that. When
Yeah.
Hogan turned, he went from his red and yellow to black and
Right.
lightning, eventually lightning bolts and Hollywood Hogan and shit.
Right.
So is John Cena going to keep wearing his fucking normal wristbands and hat and jorts and man.
Is he going to shave his head? You think maybe?
I've seen so many renders of that. That's so funny.
Yeah. He's got to do more than just change the color. 'Cause, like, we've seen him in a black shirt before. So, that's nothing new.
Instead of shorts, he turns back to cargo shorts.
Right.
Yeah. Like,
Wow.
and somebody
man.
said he should do suits, but like Cody wears suits all the time. It's like, that's not really a big
Right.
heel move. That
This is,
they would both just be out there wearing suits. Like,
and
I don't
after
know.
I had some time to think about it, this is really, like, all in all, this is what my final thought on it was. Excuse me. Well, I am extremely excited. I think it's freaking awesome, and I can't wait to see where it goes. But that also says, Cody, we trust you as our big baby face.
Absolutely.
We don't need John to be doing it anymore to carry it on his shoulders.
Right.
We got
Yeah.
you now.
What if you went back to like 2005 and somebody told y'all, they said, hey man, in 2025, Cena's gonna turn heel and Cody Rhodes is gonna be the champion and he's gonna kick him in the dick. and that's how he's going to turn heel. And
He's
going to
gonna
join
beat
the
his
Rock.
ass with his own Rolex.
Right? You think Cody Rhodes statue around that time, like what? You know what I mean? Like,
Skinny Cody Rhodes with
Great,
Hardcore
man.
Holly.
See, if you said it then, it might be one thing. If that's all you said, but if you were like, "Hey, Cody's gonna have a terrible run, and he's gonna leave, and he's gonna start his own company,
right?
and then that company, he's gonna leave it and come back to WWE,
He's gonna be the biggest
and be
star in the
top
world.
guy, win multiple Rumbles, and win the title at WrestleMania, and then Cena's gonna turn heel." It'd be like, "Okay, dude, you're smoking too much. You know?
Yeah, right. Like,
chill out a little bit here."
I know that's wacky booking.
I had a vision.
That is. Yeah. All right, boys. Hot start topic number 5, man. Let's get to what happened to the rest of Elimination Chamber, which, obviously I enjoyed the shit out of this, man, because it was good just on the main event alone. But quick notes though. It was in Toronto, Canada. Bianca won the women's chamber. Jade returned, and everybody thought that she was coming to attack Liv, and she attacked Naomi. Well, since then, Naomi has
Confessed.
There you
Yeah.
go. Thank you. Couldn't get that word out. That she did it. So, women's chamber match was solid, man.
It was solid.
Yeah.
Great match. I will still die on this hill at this moment. I still am not convinced that Bianca did not have a part in that. Because when Jade first came in there, the way Bianca was crying bloody murder was almost like she was afraid that Jade was going to come get her. And then, I'm gonna put it out right now. I am not buying that Bianca has zero to do with this.
Okay.
Right now, I still think
like it.
Naomi was a sacrifice, and they're still putting on an act to get one over on Jade.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be because
Fair.
man, Naomi has been sacrificed. She's been killed twice, and got
Right.
nothing back, and it's like, okay, where is this going? Because
Right.
Jade's record.
Yeah. No, but overall, that match was awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, Liv in that match, rockstar.
Shoot, yeah, man. She had a lot of good spots. All right, so let's move on to next one was Trish and Tiffany beat Nia Jackson. Candice LeRae was what it was. What's that?
I said, is that what happened in that match? Not gonna lie to everybody out there, that was my piss break match. So, and by the time I got back from taking a leak, it was over. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah. Dylan, you still with us? You frozen? He'll be back. Okay. And then the unsanctioned match, Primo. Holy
Dude.
shit, man.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Man, that was crazy.
Yeah, it was fucking awesome, man. What a crazy, awesome match between these guys. Unsanctioned. The match was just nuts, man. So many wild bumps. The match totally over delivered. I kind of thought it would. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
best friends are gonna do that.
right. Yeah. I kind of thought it would. So,
The barbed wire chair, all the spots, man, it was so awesome. I really liked it. I liked how, and it's this way in most of Sami Zayn's matches because he's able to pull that emotion and pull that underdog story to where you think he's gonna pull it off. Like Kevin Owens, because Sami should have been a better friend to begin with. Kevin Owens was able to put him in his place.
Yeah.
And show him, beat him down and beat him. So good job, KO. Teaching Sami to be a better friend next time.
What do you think, Dylan, unsanctioned match?
Yeah, I loved it. It's exactly what you would expect from KO and Sami at this point. They've set the bar so high, and they continue to either reach it or go way above it every time.
Yeah, they know each other so well.
Right. I loved the callback to the apron power bomb. That's how KO started his NXT run, laying out Sami with that apron power bomb, and man, just brutal in the best way. So good. Absolutely loved it.
All right, and then we get to the men's elimination chamber. Just a couple notes. We talked about the finish. We'll go back over it again real quick. But Rollins and McIntyre was the first two in. And then in this order came Damian Priest, Logan Paul, John Cena, and then CM Punk at the end. This match was awesome because because various feuds were addressed. You know what I mean? Like a lot of a lot of different things went on here. Cena wins with the SDF on Punk, but Punk had just taken a curb stomp from Seth Rollins, who had just been eliminated, which was nasty, man. It was just a perfectly placed, and the cameraman did good work grabbing that one. It was a great ending to this match, obviously with the heel turn with Cena, and so yeah, the final boss basically comes out, and then we talked about the low blow going around the world. So, but now we got Cena, Cody. This main event's night 2 of Mania, right? You think? Night 1, right? Yeah. We go home on this one.
Yeah.
Quick shot prediction. What do you guys think? What happens?
17.
Right now. Right. But is he, right, I knew we'd all say it, but like, does he win clean? Does he win with help? Does he win nasty in a nasty way? You know what I mean? Like, what do you think right now? Like,
since he's the heel, I mean, I'd like for him to be gritty about it.
Right.
Maybe he don't necessarily need help, but maybe cheat somehow. Back in the day, I remember specifically WrestleMania 20. He used to wear the big chain around his neck.
Yeah.
And
that'd be good.
Exactly. He threw the chain and distracted the ref, and then he ended up knocking out Big Show another way, because he used to wear the brass knuckles.
Yeah, that'd be totally sick. But
if he did something like that, like with the chain or brass knucks, though, I think everybody, or at least everybody over a certain age, would cheer for it. They'd be like,
we'd freak out, man.
The chain and the nuts, let's go.
Yeah.
But there's been a bunch of people suggesting Stone Cold shows up. So I don't know if they do one of those.
Too. I've seen that.
Like last year, where just everybody showing up, and maybe
everybody's saying that Stone Cold said he'd have Cody's back. Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe it'll be a big schmoz.
Right.
Cena bad guys end up with the upper hand at the end, but I think Cena wins. It'll be good.
All right, boys. Elimination Chamber. Let's smelly market. Primo 1 to 10. What do you got?
Honestly, I loved this whole thing. There was only one break. Yeah. I mean, they even added a match in there to make sure I can go to the bathroom.
Sure.
That's
booking right there.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So I'm going to go ahead and give this a solid A. I liked everything about it. Clearly, it was historic. It had some big names. You could take out Travis Scott, obviously. Piss break match was good, but the other singles match was amazing. That unsanctioned match with KO and Sammy, and both chamber matches were so sick. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a solid A.
Yeah, I'd go an A or a 10 or whatever scale we want to use.
Sure.
Only 4 matches, but it didn't feel like we weren't getting enough.
Yeah.
We definitely got our money's worth, quote unquote, if you will.
Right.
And the 2 chamber matches were good. The unsanctioned match was good. And with that massive moment at the end, like, it kind of balances out the piss break match. It was like you can't deduct for that match when the ending was so great. So yeah, A+, a 10, whatever scale you want to use. I'm all the way there.
Yeah, me too, man. I'm sitting at like a 9.5. I'm more interested in these elimination chambers now, probably than I've ever been. I used to really not kind of be too much of a fan of them, but now they put so much, importance on them, going into Mania that it's such a But I really look forward to them. Yeah, and this one super delivered. So, all right, boys, this past Sunday night, I believe it was on AEW Revolution, live from Los Angeles. I think it was another solid pay-per-view, man. Like I liked a lot of the matches on this card. I think they should have changed a few things around. To me, I felt like if we were doing this final story ending with Tony Storm and Mariah, that should have closed. We should have went home that way, and I think it would have been better. I just feel like his card should have been moved around a little bit more. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know an AEW, but MJF and Hangman was awesome. I like watching those 2 guys wrestle. I love the Paige getting the win over MJF in a good match. Mercedes Moné I didn't see this match, not by purpose. It was I knew she was going to win, but my kids were kind of messing with me during this time, but so I told them it was okay. Well, just as long as I could come back and watch Swerve and Ricochet after this one. But I thought that was a good match. Prince Nana got his robe back. Yeah, this was good stuff, and I feel like they're going back, leaning a little more on Swerve a little bit here, especially the way this thing ended. I didn't care for Okada Brody King too much. It was okay, you know what I mean, nothing great, but Hurt Syndicate beat the Outrunners. You know, kind of saw that coming, but I did hear the Outrunners possibly could have signed a main roster contract or something like that coming up.
Yeah,
possibly.
I saw that.
Yeah, so that's super cool. Good for them. I'm a fan of those guys. So yeah, but I thought this was solid, man. Storm did end up defeating Mariah May to retain the women's title. This was awesome. This is a great ending to, you know, this whole, you know, little movie that they put together that, you know, I'm totally enjoying. I'm enjoying everything Tony Storm's doing right now, really, with this whole gimmick. But yeah, I felt like this would have been good at the end of the show, like go home, you know, with this, especially with the way the main event went.
Right.
How'd you think Omega looked? He won the international title from Takeshita, which was, I could probably watch these guys wrestle every day, just about, man. Like, you know, I'm leaning like, yeah, this was great, man. What'd you guys think?
Yeah,
awesome entrance as usual. But you know, Kenny looked back. He's looking good, back to form.
Yeah, agree.
Yeah, Kenny looked great. Takeshita always looks great. I'm like UDB, just run these guys. You know, best of 7, best of 30. You know, whatever. I'll watch it, no problem.
And Kenny has a belt again.
Yeah. Kenny and Okada both have belts, and gotta wonder if that's gonna lead to anything.
Sure.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah, we got to do that feud.
Yeah, and I agree, DB. Like the main event, putting that on after you had, what was it, Tony and Mariah and Kenny Takeshita and the Ospreay Fletcher cage match back to back.
Yep.
Going from all three of those to the main event just halted all the momentum the show had, and
right.
Then the finish with Christian coming in and getting beat right away and wasting that whole contract. And kind of ended on a sour note, but the rest of the pay-per-view I really enjoyed.
Yeah. Mox, like, you know, crushing, you know, beating Cope and then crushing Christian's, contract. You know, you can tell the crowd really hated it. Yeah, I didn't care for that at all. Like, I felt like if you're gonna do that, like, you know, maybe move it up. But another thing I want to touch on, man, is let me tell you, I love a good Spanish fly. However, I do not enjoy a Spanish fly off of the cage anymore. I think that scared the shit out of me when Ospreay did that on Fletcher, because the way they have to do it, right? Because Ospreay basically, you know, had to fall backwards and then they flip, you know, so he's almost already upside down before they start flipping. That's just dangerous shit, man. But I mean, they're professionals, you know what I mean? But I was like, dang, you know, like that was sick, man. But and then what they did the Styles Clash on thumbtacks.
Right.
I think Fletcher took that. Oh God, man. Yeah. But
I don't remember ever seeing, you know, we've seen thumbtacks, you know, a million times at this point. I don't remember ever seeing somebody take it on their front. Like, it's always on their back.
It's usually the back.
And, you know, it may have happened. I'm definitely not saying I've seen every instance of thumbtacks, but that stood out to me. It's like, I don't remember seeing that.
Yeah. But not like I like this card. It just like I felt like it was like a little start and stop. I mean, all the matches I thought were good, but I think probably an Ospreay push. Probably he's already talking about All In being a headliner, so you know that should be interesting. So let's smelly market from 1 to 10, man. I was pretty on this one, man. Like, I really like this one a lot, man. I'm gonna go with like an 8, solid 8.5 if they move everything around a little bit. But you know, I just felt like we should have went home with the end on the screen, and you know what I mean. That's the way it cut out. But you know, preference.
Yeah, I didn't get to watch it live. I was driving on Sunday, so I watched it Monday night, and I already saw a bunch of the results. So that
Sure.
always, changes your perception of it a little bit.
Yeah.
I'd probably go 8 also. It was definitely a good show. It wasn't a bad show by any means. Just they had room for improvement on there. I'd go with an 8.
Yeah. Primo, what'd you think, brother?
Honestly, I thought it was probably, if I could give it an 11, I would have.
Yeah.
It was easily better than Elimination Chamber. No. Let's go. I'm gonna stick with you guys. A solid 8's fine.
Yeah. Swerve stomped Moxley out too at the end after so that's up next, I guess, or whatever. But
Yeah.
All right, that's gonna do it for the hot start. Primo, it's time to get to the dropkick discussion. But first, let's hear a word from our friend Missa Kate.
What up, Mr. Kate, Chicago sweetheart, also known as the Shit Show. You're here with me, and we're sitting with Mark's podcast.
All right,
That's
it's time
right.
to talk
You were all
about
sitting.
right. It's time to talk about what we're going to talk about today. The Winged Eagle belt's kind of been in the talk, for a little while over the last a couple months or whatever. And I thought it'd be a good time to have a little square circle question dropkick discussion of the week with bring back the game show music, a little Winged Eagle trivia, wet trivia, if you will. You guys didn't like that one? No, boo.
No.
Wet trivia.
Okay. I thought I could pop you there, but it didn't work. So, all right. So how today is going to work, boys, is we're going to be talking history of the Winged Eagle belt. Before we get started, Primo, we got to bring back that game show music. Let's hit it.
Hit it.
Heck yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, boys. So... bring it on back. All right, so today, boys, Winged Eagle belt trivia. So, boys, gonna have 2 parts here. First part is going to be like the old last man standing format that we used to do, where there's been 14 holders, not counting Cody and KO, of the Winged Eagle belt. Okay. And what you guys going to do is you kind of going to go back and forth, until we name all 14 holders of the Winged Eagle belt. For every one that you get right, you will get 1 point.
Okay.
And winner of today's Winged Eagle trivia is going to take home this Thank You Crew Alpha Academy towel for your collection at home. So a little incentive to bring out the win. All right, boys.
Now I'm taking it serious. I wasn't before, but now I'm buckled down.
Damn it! Now it's on.
All right, boys. Verbal. First question. Name one of the 14 holders of the Winged Eagle belt. Dylan, you're the new guy, so we're going to let you go first.
I'll go Hogan.
Of course. Primo.
Yokozuna.
Hang on, I got to keep up with your points, so we got to get that right. So, yep. Yokozuna, correct. Dylan?
Macho Man.
Ooh, yeah.
Macho Man.
Macho Man. Yeah, of course.
Brett.
What do you call him? What's his nickname, Primo?
The shit man.
All right. Next up, Dylan?
Let's go Ultimate Warrior.
That is correct. Primo?
Let's go Diesel.
Another correct answer. Dylan?
Undertaker.
The Undertaker. Yes, sir.
HBK.
The Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. Correct. It is 4-4. 6 remaining. Dylan?
Psycho Sid.
Damn it!
Psycho Sid. Very good. Primo.
Well, fuck.
Got 5 left.
This ain't good.
Drawing a blank?
No. Did Stone Cold hold it briefly? Yeah. Before switching to the round one.
Yeah.
Stone
he
Cold
won
is
it.
correct.
Yeah.
He won it, and then they
Right.
switched it.
All right. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4 left, Dylan.
Bob Backlund.
Oh, correct. That's kind of the sneaky one, the old chicken wing.
Yeah, I was saving that one.
All right, Primo, you got 3 choices left.
There's one in my head, but I don't think I'm in the right. Mm. Fuck it. Okay, I'm gonna mess this up, Raleigh. Sergeant Slaughter.
Sergeant Slaughter is correct.
Dang!
6-6. There's 2 remaining. Dylan?
Dylan, you're gonna kill me on this.
Woo! Ric Flair.
Yeah, there we are. Yeah.
With a tear in my eye. There's only 1 remaining, Primo. To make
I
it
have
even
one in my head.
7-7
Don't remember
going
if we said him or not.
going into the trivia question round.
Okay, hold on. Just give me a moment.
Okay. We'll give you a second. I'd like to take this time to say go follow Sit Down Marks on all our social media. I want to thank everybody for watching on YouTube and Facebook. And thanks for checking us out on Spotify, audio, and SportsWire Radio. Thanks for checking us out today. All right, Primo, I'm going to give you 5 seconds. I'm going to give Dylan a chance to steal. All right, Primo, time's up.
Damn
Dylan,
it.
can you name the last holder of the Winged Eagle belt?
Did we say Ultimate Warrior yet?
You said him.
Yes. Yeah.
Did I? Okay.
Yeah.
Hogan, Savage, Warrior. We said Taker. We said
Yeah.
Flair.
Yeah.
We said Psycho Sid.
Yeah.
Are you counting Ted DiBiase?
No.
DiBiase. Okay, so they're not
Yeah.
counted.
Well, you're
Slaughter.
there. You said it, but DiBiase didn't win it. This was winners of the title.
Well,
DiBiase bought it.
He retained it against Bam Bam at a house show. Okay, so it
True.
counts.
True.
Austin, Brett, Sean.
We did pretty good on this one.
Yeah. I thought I had. I didn't remember saying Warrior. I
All
thought
right,
I
we'll
had
stop
it.
right
It's
there.
okay
going
if you
into
can't
the
think of it,
trivia
Dylan.
round.
We'll call it a draw.
7-6. Yeah. Well, you're up by 1, Dylan. So
Yeah.
What? Hold on.
if he gets his last one,
Shoot.
give you 5 seconds.
It would have to be in that like mid 90s range.
Is it mid-90s range?
Not saying. All right, boys. I'm gonna let you have it. Andre the Giant.
Damn. And
he won it like.
I mean-
what's that?
Okay, I didn't know if we were counting Andre or not. Because
Yeah. So I think technically he won it. I think he beat. Who did he beat? Was it Macho? He beat?
I would think, well, he technically, quote unquote, beats Hogan with the double.
So I was going to say
heavyweight.
Andre the Giant. Just so
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was thinking the new belt showed up at Mania 4, but maybe it showed up on that main event where he beat Hogan. I could be wrong.
Okay. Well, I don't want to ruin any of my trivia questions. So
Yeah.
all right, we'll just stay right there.
Sorry.
It's 7-6 going into the trivia round. All right, boys, get out your notepads. You guys are going to be writing which. Give me just a second here. You guys are going to be writing.
well played, Dylan. Well played.
Yes, well played, sir. Very good. Let's see. All right, I'll give you guys a little help here. You guys get a visual for this round. This is all the holders here. not counting Cody and KO, of course. All right, we got 8 questions, boys. 1 point if you get it right, 0 if you don't get it right. Who was the first holder of the Winged Eagle belt? Who was the first holder of the Winged Eagle belt? First holder, Primo. See them all right there.
Okay.
All right, let's reveal. Who you got?
Can you see that?
Yep.
It says
Dylan
right.
says Andre. That's incorrect. Primo says Hogan. That is correct. Hogan's the very first one. February 5th, 1988. He was the first one to reveal it.
One for the big guy.
You're not sure, Dylan? I mean, I did
I'll go with
research.
it.
I did research,
I'm
but I
not-
didn't do,
Come
like
on,
super
I can't have my
research.
W with an asterisk.
All right, second. Who had the most title reigns? Who had the most Winged Eagle belt title reigns?
Hold on, I'm looking at my list here.
Who had the most title reigns? All right, Dylan, who you got? Brett.
My pin's
That's
going.
correct.
Yeah,
Primo's
yeah.
correct. 5-time champion.
my pin is going out. I will do the best I can.
All right. Who had the shortest reign? We kind of just talked about it. So less than 2 minutes after winning it, he sold it to Ted DiBiase.
No
Is it-
idea. No idea, dude.
That's what the internet's told me.
I have Andre also.
Yes. Shortest reign, Andre. Yep.
How short was Yokozuna's reign?
Well, Andre's was less than 2 minutes.
Yeah, 'cause-
So
yeah, I'm not disputing. I'm
no.
discussing.
Yeah, I was just saying
'Cause,
that's all I know. That's
yeah.
all I know.
Because Mania 9, Yoko lost it to Hogan right after. No, I'm just curious.
Right, because it was like an impromptu
Yeah,
match right
Because
after that.
it's probably more than 2 minutes because they do the whole promo. But
Right.
the
All right,
wrestling
who had-
nerd in me is curious.
Who had the longest reign? Longest reign. Which title holder had the longest reign? Looks like we're tied up right now, 9-9. All right, Dylan, reveal who you got. Longest reign is
Got
the Macho
Macho
Man.
Man.
I was
Dylan
wrong.
or Primo? Sergeant Slaughter? Yeah, the answer is the Macho Man. 371 days as champion. He lost
Completely
it to
guessed on
Hogan
that
in
one.
Mania 5.
Think we're how many?
All
What
right.
was the score here though?
I think I got 10-9 Dylan. Dylan
What?
by 1.
How's he still? What?
Did I miss one?
Hold on, I was right on. Okay, yeah, okay. Wait, I was right on Hogan.
I thought I gave you that one.
You did?
Yeah,
So
I
you were
was
down
up
one from.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
up
so then
one
he's
from
back
the-
up one now.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
All right. Who was the youngest champion at 27 years old?
Oh gosh.
Youngest Winged Eagle champion at 27 years old.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Youngest champion reveal. HBK Diesel. Incorrect. Yokozuna. 27 years old.
I knew that. Oh.
All right. All right, let's flip it. Who is the oldest champion? At 55 years old, who's the oldest? Oldest Winged Eagle belt champion.
Wait. Hold on, don't reveal yet.
I'm not. I got you.
You know
All right.
what? Hold on.
I don't know if I'm right. It was just the first one. That came to
I'm
mind.
changing my answer.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
All right, reveal. Sarge.
I got Backlund.
Backlund is the correct answer.
Damn it.
55 years old. He beat Bret Hart and then lost to Diesel. I think it was 3 days later, 3 months later. I don't know. I don't remember what I wrote there, but something 3 later. All right, so see Dylan.
11-9.
Yep, 11-9. All right, next up, who held it last? Now, this is not counting KO and Cody, but who held it last? This person beat Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 14 in 1998. Reveal Stone Cold and Austin both are correct. 12-10. All right. I said it just a little bit ago. Let's see if you remembered. What year did the Winged Eagle belt debut?
What'd you say earlier? Hold on. Let's go with seems like a fun year.
1988 is correct.
Yeah.
1988 is correct. Yep. So 13-11.
Somebody was getting busy to make me the next year.
13-11. Dylan's going to get the win. Congratulations, brother. You are the owner of a Thank You Crew. But
thank you.
Just kidding. Everybody's going home with the towel. Everybody's getting one.
Hey, and you get a towel. And
yeah, you get a towel. You get a towel. You get a towel. All right. Winged Eagle
GG's,
trivia.
Dylan. GG's.
There it is. Don't know that I'll do that again.
You know, Primo's married. He's got kids. He's winning at life. This is all I got, guys. All I got is trivia, okay?
You had to come through with a dub, right, Dylan?
That's so funny.
All right, guys. It's time to go home, Primo. Let's get out of here, man.
Looking for all the latest happenings in the world of sports and wrestling? Well, you're in luck because SportsWire Radio has you covered 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and 365 days a year. With great shows in the world of sports, such as the Pinstripe Chronicles, hosted by Uncle Tats, Donald Stewart, and Rob Barrows. New York Baseball Talk with Chris Bazaya and Rob Maraska. The Liftoff Jets, also hosted by Chris Bazaya and Sharman Phillip. Neil Villapiano and the Devil's State of Mind. Randy Dillon's Hockey Fan Chat. In the world of wrestling, SportsWire Radio has you covered with Squared Circle Radio, featuring Chris Belcher, Andy York, and Jared Justice. Those sit-down marks with DB, Primo, AJ, and Michael. A work in progress, featuring the Mayor of Canton, Piles, and Glenn Abbott. You can catch all of these great shows and more anytime, anywhere, and any place via the Listen Live button on SportsWireRadio.org, and you can also catch SportsWire Radio anytime on YouTube at SportsWire Radio 6579 to catch all the latest happenings in the world of wrestling. SportsWire Radio has you covered. It's all sports matters and all wrestling matters here on SportsWire Radio. I am your host, the owner of SportsWire Radio, the #1 global radio station, the owner of the Promo Wrestling Federation, and one of the owners of the Pride Wrestling Federation. Your voice, figuratively and literally, where all wrestling matters, the Reverend Tom Bryce.
Well, thank everybody checking us out on YouTube and Facebook. While you're here, give us a follow, subscribe, tell a friend, leave us a review, all that good stuff that helps our podcast get out there in the world and more people to find out about it. So, all right, let's go home like we always do. Dylan, man, what's going on this weekend, man? What's your preview got all lined up?
All right, preview did go live just a little bit before we went live here on the podcast. This week, looking at Maple Leaf Pro up in Canada. That's Scott D'Amour's new promotion. Counting them as an indie until they get a little more going, whether that's TV or whatever they're going for. 2 shows this weekend, Friday and Saturday. They are starting their women's tournament. They got NWA world title between Thomas Lattimore and who used to be Baron Corbin challenging for the title on night 1. Then we're looking at the 2 GCW shows up in Atlantic City this week and looking at Deadlock Pro. And I do want to give a couple shout outs real quick.
Sure.
I didn't include it in the preview because I just don't know enough about what's going on. But our boys DB, the new guys, tonight are at Fourth Rope Wrestling. That is a West Side Guns promotion, wrestling the Hardy Boys of all people. That's just a huge opportunity for Scott and Jake, the new guys, are going to make us all proud.
How
And
cool is
wanted to
that?
shout out. Oh, it's so cool. So
Yeah.
cool. This young in their career are already getting the Hardys. That rules.
Yeah.
And wanted to shout out the one called Manders. Last week, he won WXW over in Germany. He won their 16 karat gold tournament, one of the bigger international tournaments. Wanted to just give him some shine, give him a shout out.
Yeah, man. That's a big deal, man, winning that tournament over there.
Yeah. Couldn't be happier for him. That preview this week, like I said, did go live. Check out my Twitter at dhagerj15, and that is pinned to the top of the page.
Yeah, man. So you're not going to any shows? You attending any this weekend? No.
No, not this weekend.
Yeah.
Ended up last weekend. I did go check out World League Wrestling up in St. Louis. That is Harley Race's old promotion. And the last pod you talked about the NWA DB and mentioned their like territory system.
Yeah.
Well, WLW is one of the NWA territories. So it was like a taping for their TV kind of. And that was a pretty fun show. And then I drove up to Second Wrestling up in Chicago on Sunday. And they had a good show, had a bunch of people pull off like the weekend of.
Yeah.
Still had a really good show. Solomon Tupu and Sabotage Sean Logan had a good match.
Nice.
Maggie Lee and Vert Vixen had just a fantastic match. Definitely worth checking out whenever that show gets posted.
Is next week when Billy Starks is wrestling Mercedes? Is that going to be on
Dynamite, I believe.
Yeah. That's going to be
Yeah.
awesome, man. Yeah, shout out to Billy, man.
Yeah,
inching on that main roster, man. Looking forward to it. Yeah, good stuff, man. I'm going to Defiant Pro Wrestling in Dwight, Illinois this Sunday. It's going to be second time I'm going back. Nice little day show to take my son to out there. Last time in the main event, it was Reagan Lydell versus Nick Cotis, who's the champion there. And so Gunner Brave did a run in and helped Nick retain the title. So a little bit of fallout on that. So check it out if you're in the area, Dwight, Illinois, Defiant Pro Wrestling, Sunday afternoon. If you ain't got nothing to do, come check it out. I will be there. Want to remind everybody to follow at Sit Down Marks on all social media out there. And want to thank you guys for watching us right now on YouTube. And like to ask you to give us a subscription if you ever want to. If you got a service that you'd like us to advertise, or you'd like to get involved with Sit Down Marks, you can check us out on social media, message us there, or you can hit me up on the email at dbonthemic@yahoo. I just realized I said subscription. Hit us with a subscription. Subscribe. That's what I meant to say.
I mean, if you want to.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to, right? So we'd be happy to advertise your product or service. So just give us a shout and we can work something out. Primo, we got some awesome new shirts, got some awesome new tote bags your family's carrying around now. Tell the peeps out there where they can get the merch.
Yes. So we do have tote bags. If you're looking at the screen right now, you can see the visual aid. I even have a phone case.
Dope.
We have t-shirts. I'm going to be coming out with new designs soon as well. You can get everything from totes, phone cases, t-shirts, sweaters, hoodies, baseball tees, baby clothes, mugs, coffee mugs, tumblers, all that, stickers, magnets, pins, all the above. You can find that at tpublic.com/stores/sit-down-marks. That's tpublic.com/stores/SITDOWNMARKS. Go over there, buy some, let us know you bought it, and we will be sure to give you a shout out here on the pod.
I'll remind you too to go check out our last few pods. We'll be sitting down interviewing some young independent wrestlers hungry, trying to make a name for themselves. Me and Primo just sat down with Stephen Flo. He just had another match back in Chicago, so go check that one out. My last pod with Sean Galway in a year-long series of 4 podcasts of him getting back in the ring. Super awesome podcast. Go check that one out. And probably one of our most popular interviews that we've had in a long time is our interview with Russ Hamilton. Man, a lot of people are interviewing with that. A lot of people are checking that one out. So go, check those out as well. And check it out next week. Sit Down Marks goes retro because next week in the Dropkick Discussion, we're going to be celebrating 4 years of the Sit Down Marks podcast. We're going to be throwing up the fours like the horsemen the whole podcast. So make sure you tune in to see us doing the fours the whole time.
Freaking years.
4 years, man. Talking Sit Down Marks pod. We're going to be playing old clips from the early pods in the back days. We're gonna jump into some old clips of when AJ joined us and maybe one where Dylan joined us or something.
AJ's movie of the week.
To talk about that. So it's going to be fun. So next week, 4 years of the podcast. We officially turned 4 on St. Patrick's Day. So Primo, 4 years, brother.
4 years, man. It's insane to think about. It really is.
Yeah.
It went by real fast.
And 5's getting here quick. And like I feel like we're just getting started, man. I feel like you know we're just getting the traction going, our names getting out there. People are checking out the pod. People are giving us compliments on stuff, and just
it is
just
interesting.
wild, man.
We're in a weird stride right now. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, a lot of good things are happening for us, man, and I'm grateful, man. I love doing this podcast every week or 3-4 times a month, whatever it is we do now, man. And I'm more motivated than ever, and we all are, man. We're gonna keep cranking these
absolutely
things out, so
4 years gonna be 4 years.
Yeah, 4 years, man.
150 something podcasts at that point.
Yeah.
Lots of downloads all over the world, worldwide, Hall of Fame.
Yeah. We hit 10,000 downloads, I think, November of last year or something like that. Yeah, so it's been a little while. So excited. Thank you. The podcast is improving every day. More and more stuff is happening. So
thank you, Germany.
Hanging out with us. Yeah, shout out to Germany, man, by the way.
Whoever you are out there.
Yeah, look at those analytics, man. Obviously we're popular in the United States, but outside of there, man, shout out to you guys, man, for downloading the podcast, man. Hey, I love Germany, man. You know what I mean? So, I don't have no reason not to. So I want to thank you guys for checking us out, man. We really appreciate it. So, all right, this is how we do.
Can't stand Gunther, though.
Get you out of here on this. Get you out of here on this, boys. So the Oscars were just the other week. And so asked you guys to come up with an answer, man. So who is the current wrestler that you would give the Oscar to for best actor or actress in a wrestling match? Like, who makes you believe, when they're talking, when they're working, like who does the best? Who makes you believe the most? Dylan, I'm going to start with you on this one.
Okay, I'm going to go one for each, actor and actress. The actor, I'm going to go Kevin Owens. Had a couple in mind. Sorry, Primo. I had a couple in mind, but it doesn't matter if he's heel or babyface, whatever he's doing, he makes you believe it. And for the actress, again, I had a couple come to mind, and it almost is just a gimmick, but everything she says, I am drawn to the screen 1,000%, and that would be a timeless Toni Storm.
Yeah. Primo, who's your awards go to?
Yeah, Kevin Owens was mine too. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. That
I love it, man.
He has passion. My runner-up was gonna be Seth Rollins. I mean, I love the fire he puts into him. I mean, I would give him the award if I could get past his outfit. He is my current. I've said this multiple times, maybe not here, but Seth Rollins is my current favorite wrestler of the modern era. And but the only thing I don't like is his wardrobe. But it is what it is. It is what it is. As far as women go, we hadn't seen her in a while, but I'd have to give that somebody who evokes emotion has always been the man, Becky Lynch.
Mm-hmm. Well, on the women's side, I'm going to stay with Dylan too, and with Toni Storm. Like, she's, when she's talking, I'm enthralled. I'm paying attention, and her work, into the character is just awesome. You know what I mean? So I'm definitely into her. But one person that, this one might catch on, the one wrestler that I've always believed everything he said as a heel and not in a tag team with Edge. But a guy that I always believe, man, is Christian. Like, he's a dirty son of a gun. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I just believe him. Like, everything he says, everything he says, like, I'm into it. You know what I mean?
You believe he's a prick.
Yeah, you believe he's a prick. Yeah. So so I'm a big fan of his. I've always thought that when he talks, especially as a heel, AEW run, and some TNA, like,
Yeah.
it was good stuff. It's good stuff. So, all right, boys, appreciate you guys joining me today. Thank you guys so much. Thank everybody listening on Apple, all those podcast platforms out there, and thanks for checking us out today. Chris, Connor, all those guys out there, thank you for watching us and checking us out on YouTube and Facebook. We'll see you guys next week for the 4-year anniversary pod. Meet us right back here, and we'll see you guys next time. For Primo, for
Adios.
Dylan, we are top guys. Like mommy, we're going to stay on top, baby. Later. Just a reminder, John Cena said, fuck them kids, man.
Sure did.
Fuck them kids, dude.
All of them.
So
I think the
much
funniest shit, too, is earlier that night before Elimination Chamber, he did like 2 Make-A-Wishes.
Oh, wow.
I think that was like his last 2. All right, man. I'm doing these 2, and then this is it,
Right.
man. Like, I'm out.
In fact,
bro.
put them in the front row so they could see this.
Oh, man. All right, real quick. Chris Johnson, he said, who's the worst actress? I'm going to say
Bianca. Terrible.
Bianca. Naya's probably bad.
Naya. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Naya.
she's bad,
R-Truth
too.
ain't that good either.
He's hilarious. He
yeah.
cracks me up so much.
But that's funny, though. That ain't acting. That's funny.
Personally, I don't like Tongaloa or Solo's acting. But as far as the ladies go, Bianca all day. No.
I'd go Naya. Yeah, I'd go Naya.
All right, boys. See you next week. 4 years, baby.